I'm Marika.
And I'm Miles.
And this is I Don't Know What I'm Doing.
Because we don't. You guys, we fucking don't. Play the jingle. Hi, guys. We are in another new location. You guys, we're just on the road. You know, she's gonna come on in a minute, but we're in our friend's amazing, cute, like stylish bedroom, basically. We're in a different bedroom, but
really reminds me of my 20s a lot.
I miss those days.
We really do.
Okay,
so we always start with a fail.
We always start with our fails. We do our fail of the week.
I'm excited to hear this fail. I really am.
Okay, so
Miles, let's just clarify. Miles had to go get his phone because he sent a text message to a boy.
Yeah, no, not a text. Facebook message.
Facebook? Whoa, we're going back in time.
Yeah.
Going back in time. Sliding the DMs. Let's hear it.
Yeah. People slide into DMs now. They just do it on Instagram instead of Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah, but I did it on Facebook. So last weekend, I'm, on my computer, whatever, and there's this, really hot guy who I think I tried to friend him on Facebook in the past, and he was like, no. But this time I was like, let me do a little bit more sleuthing. So I found his, travel blog where he went to South America, and, let's be real, skimmed it. Found some good pics, skimmed it a little bit. There was really funny writing on it, and I was like, oh, okay, so he's, hot and kind of goofy. His eyes look like ostrich's eyes. What? And is funny.
Wait, why is that a good?
I don't know. They were just I'm not an eye person. I'm a nose person. But what? I'm a nose. Yeah, I've been really into noses lately.
Okay,
just a strong nose.
But why is an ostrich eyes?
I don't know. They just have an interesting shape, a unique shape.
All I can think about is the ostrich from Family Guy.
Just I don't know. So I was like, you know what? I'm 30, so I don't give a fuck anymore. And I'm like, if I think you're a goofy, hot person, I'm going to message you and at least try,
Yes.
Because I have nothing to lose because I have no shame.
Okay.
So I'm just going to read what I sent because I think it was actually really fucking good.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, this is not end of success. I said, hi, name. You don't know me, but here I am, sliding into your Facebook DMs like a child slides to their untimely death on a slip and slide TM symbol that's been placed next to a ravine. I read your
Wait, stop. Why are you
like a child slides to their death on a slip and slide that's been placed next to a ravine. I was like, let me just use my humor. Okay. Let's just, before you judge, Marika's hiding in her hoodie because she's cringing or loving it. I don't know.
Oh my God. Okay. Continue.
I read your blog and you are so funny, so handsome, and so big-hearted. Someone I would very much like to get to know. I mean, we have 3 mutual friends, so I can't be a murderer. Parentheses, and even if they could pin those murders on me, I would just frame my twin. So please do this rando a solid and hit me back. He said, thanks, buddy.
Buddy? Ooh, ouch.
I was like, okay, let me just keep talking. So I was like, I went to Ecuador a few years ago. So I watched his Ecuador video. Ooh. I was like, I went to Ecuador a few years ago, and I remember in Quito having the same reaction you did, looking at the valley and thinking of how many people are on this planet. No response from that. So I was like, okay, at this point I should just stop talking because he's not responding. But I was like, I also don't give a fuck. So I'm just going to push for a date now. And then I'll have at least know that he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So I was like, do you want to get a beer/tea/blizzard with the TM symbol in the near future? And then nothing. And then I was like, then you can say your blog got you a date with a cute guy. So I was like, let me just be a little confident right now.
Oh,
okay?
My God.
Because I and compliment you.
Nothing
compliment
to lose.
me.
Nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. Ooh. Nothing. The only message I ever got was thanks, buddy. So that was a fail. And every single time I Facebook message people, I fucking fail. So this time I was like, let me at least try to be fucking funny with it or something.
Were you funny?
Yeah, really? Slide into your DMs like a child slides to their death in a ravine.
No, that's really dark.
I don't know.
Not funny.
You guys, I'm just trying to be me.
It comes out of nowhere. Left field?
But sliding into your DM is out of nowhere. I can't just be like, hey, what's up?
And DMs like a child sliding down a metal slide, burning their ass is kind of.
Oh, that's good too.
More funny than a ravine.
Because
a ravine doesn't make any fucking sense. Where's this ravine?
I just think ravines are funny.
I don't understand this at all.
That's good, but it's not my humor. Like, I would never think of that. I would think of a child slip and sliding into a ravine, which I think is funny. And if someone told me that, I'd be like, hey.
I'd be
fine.
like,
His arms are bigger than his head. It doesn't matter. It's like fine. I only cared about it for like the next hour, and then I was like, whatever. But I don't know how I'm supposed to like, I don't know, meet people.
I read this thing, and it's not really about how meeting people, but basically, this girl was like dating this guy, like first couple of dates, and they were texting, and he texted her like something like, hey, how are you, whatever. And when he sent this text message, she was going through a really rough time with her family, and she's like, I don't want to deal with anybody, I don't want to deal with that, even though I like this guy, like, I just don't want to deal. And so a couple of days go by, she doesn't really respond to him, she doesn't respond at all. And then he sends this long message like, hey, I thought we had a good date, like what happened? And then she's like, I'm not a good person to date right now, yada, yada, yada. So then she like kind of regretted that decision. They got a second date. Then they both decided, let's not text. Ever. Not like ever.
Wait, but I love that.
So basically,
they just call?
They just, if you miss me, you're going to fucking call me. And you'll only text for logistics. Like, hey, like something came up, I'm running late. That's it.
I'm obsessed with that.
I'm so obsessed with that. I can't even tell you.
Technology sucks. Fuck this new shit. We had it figured out.
Really, honestly, like, we should just see texting just like, hey, I'm running late.
Yeah.
Or, hey, where the fuck are you?
Yes.
That's it.
I love this coming from Marika, too.
When you're meeting somebody. Like, yeah, I read that shit at work, and I'm like, I want to implement this idea so badly, but do I have the opportunity right now? No.
Marika, what is your fail?
My fail is ignoring my aunt's phone calls.
Oh.
So she called me like 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, oh, I'll get back to you. And
does she have children of her own?
No.
Okay.
She's a spinster. The reason why I'm ignoring her calls is because I'm sure it's nothing important. Sure, she just wants to talk, whatever. I'm like, if it's really important, my dad will text me about it.
Yeah, it's his sister.
Right. So I finally get the dad text. And he's like, hey, please call your Aunt Jan back. Love you. I'm like, love you too.
But that's kind of like, so that means she was like, look, John, I'm trying to get in contact with my favorite niece, Marika.
I'm not her favorite niece. Probably. So finally called her back, and I mean, like, I roll my eyes at this calling her and stuff, because it's just like a lot of the same bullshit all the time. Like, hey, I'm gonna do this, and she like never really does it. Like, sometimes occasionally she does, but like
she talks a big game, but she doesn't.
She's like, oh, I'm gonna go on this trip and blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh yeah, you should totally do that. And then she like never does it.
She lives in Nebraska.
And then like I remember like my aunt kind of being a little bit upset that my parents went to Paris and Belgium without her, or Amsterdam without her, because they said they would take her on the next trip they went. And this trip for them was like very last minute. They like booked it like 2 weeks before leaving, basically.
Wow.
So just like, don't worry, Maria, you and I will go somewhere. I'm like, I'm not going in with you.
Wait,
you're lame.
Hold on. What if she pays for it?
I know.
Not worth it.
Not worth it, because she's gonna like complain about every fucking thing, probably, or something. She can't walk a lot because she has bad knees. Okay?
Oh yeah.
And then she does not want to get drunk. So
right.
No, because she's a pastor. So yeah, but yeah, like my aunt's like, yeah, I'm gonna call my nieces and nephews every week. I'm like, great. I miss them. I'm like, yeah, we miss you too. I don't. I mean, I do. I think about you like every so often.
Yeah.
Like wondering like what you're doing and like how you're doing and stuff, and like I hope you're like finding love somehow.
In a hopeless place called Nebraska.
Yeah. So that's
it's a good segue into our like topic.
Oh, very good segue.
But we also have to introduce our guest first.
Yes.
So guys, finally, this is the woman.
We've been trying to get.
We've been trying to get for
We
months.
wanted this theme for so fucking long.
And she designed our logo. You guys have seen our
Oh my god, you did!
We just talked about that.
Remember that? Like,
I need to redo that. I want to redo
remember that.
This is Annabelle. Hello.
Hi.
Yay!
Hi. Woo! Snaps.
Confetti.
Annabelle, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
We're on the floor.
Yes.
Yeah.
All together.
Jennifer Lopez told us to get on the floor, and we did. So our topic is I don't know how to be a part of my family. Yeah, you guys, we're gonna try to keep it simple, our family relationships, because I know we have like 3 families between us to describe.
Yes.
Right.
Very complicated.
But should we just go around and like very quickly
Oh, God.
be like this?
Yeah.
This is horrifying.
I'll just go first because mine's like the shortest.
Okay.
Me, Marika, is an only child. So basically it's me and my parents as my immediate family. Then I have family in Nebraska on my dad's side. Nobody really on my mom's side. So
And your mom
Where'd
is
they
from
go?
oh, my mom is from
Thailand.
Thailand and she's half Thai and half Indian. She does not know anything about her Indian heritage because she got adopted into a Thai family. So she only speaks Thai.
in
She's-
English.
in
Where
English.
in Thailand?
It's by Malaysia, like very like south of Thailand,
Oh.
very south.
Okay, my family. So my parents got separated when I was in 4th grade, but the divorce was not finalized until 7th grade, and my mom was still
Really?
suing my dad in high school.
Oh.
So it went on and on and on.
That
Yes.
sucked.
What?
So my parents are divorced.
Did they
Um,
move out like as soon as 4th grade?
Like, kind of
were
like-
you
I
still
feel
in the
like it
same
was, like,
household?
Yeah, I feel like separated. It was like when my dad moved out, like maybe end of 4th grade kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also remember this happening
Yes.
pretty well.
So
Wild that you guys
I
knew each
have
other for like
this is
1
good-
trillion
this is, like,
years.
slightly confusing, but I have 3 brothers, a twin brother, an older brother that's a little bit older, and then a brother that's 11 years older. He is the only child of my dad's first marriage, so he's not my mom's son at
Okay,
all.
Okay.
He's just through my dad's side, and he
Half
lives
brother.
and he lives over in England. My older brother that's a little bit older that lives here has 3 children. That's the only one that has kids. So I'm an uncle of 3. Okay, so I hope we got that. Annabelle.
Oh god. So I have one younger brother. He's a year younger than me. And I have order of protection against him. A little bit abusive. So yeah, if you have ever
What?
dealt with that,
Oh my
please talk
god!
to me about it.
Oh
I
my
will direct you
god!
to the domestic violence legal clinic. They could go together. And then my mom also died when I was 3. So
Oh
that's
my
that.
god!
It's a little bit fucked. But I love my dad. He's pretty tight, but also doesn't take anything seriously. Just frustrating. So, and also we like have a lot of resentment toward each other about relationship with my brother because he is like, oh, it's all in the past, and I'm like, domestic violence escalates. Like,
What? Like towards you? Like
yeah. So that's a huge point too because like the first time my dad stood up for me when my brother was like yelling at me and being like, you're the dumbest of fucking cunts and stuff like that and telling me to kill myself and stuff was last year. That was the first time, and I had to like have a conversation with him. Like, I cannot like stand up for myself against someone who is like much bigger than me, even though he's younger.
yeah.
And I basically, I can't stand up for myself against someone who's like swinging a, guitar or golf club or axe or whatever he can do. I know.
Oh my god!
And he was like, okay, fine, I'll like stand up for you, then I'll try to, And then it was like really awkward the very first time he did it. He was like, that's not right to say. And I'm like, wow, this is insane that this is happening. And then shortly after that, I got an order of protection. So
I've never heard of something like where it's like a sibling and not the parent.
yeah. I mean, I feel like just over the years, it's gotten really out of control. Like, it used to be just smaller things and arguments, and then since my dad, like, never really did anything or stepped in and said, like, hey, it's not okay to treat someone like that, it would just be, like, more and more emotional abuse, like, telling me I'm worthless and that I should kill myself, no one's gonna miss me, and things like that. And then eventually it came to a point where, like, he only called me cunt, and I didn't even know that was a bad word until, like, I mentioned it to my friends, and they were like, fuck, that's like the worst thing you could say to a woman. I was like, really? Because that's like my nickname.
Oh
around the
my god!
So
And like your dad like didn't do
yeah,
shit.
because his
Which is
opinion
also
on it-
like basically neglect.
yeah. So yeah, it's hard because he doesn't see it that way, and he's always like, oh well, you'll understand when you have kids, and I'm like, fuck.
Doesn't make any sense at all.
I know. Yeah.
But what does he think your brother's joking or something, or
I mean, so yeah, he's like, oh well, he would never actually do something to you to hurt you, but he got like expelled for like threatening to shoot a bunch of kids. So some
Right.
like serious
Yeah.
anger
and even
violence.
if it like it's also emotional abuse is just as serious as physical abuse.
Yeah, right.
So like,
Yeah, it really
oh,
broke me down a lot.
fuck.
Yeah,
I'm so
and
sorry.
it's okay. Shit happens, you know. What can
Oh
you
my
do?
god.
You
Well,
live your
good
life.
for you for doing that restraining order. Like, because some
Yeah.
people would like not.
Yeah, it
Be
was
proactive.
It was so hard. And my dad said such horrible shit about like, we need to, you know, because I've been thinking about extending it.
Yeah.
It's like gone just 1 year and it's for 2 years. It's like, don't do that. He can't get jobs because of you, and like,
No,
he's
that's
more
not.
likely to come after you if you extend the order. And I'm like, that is why I need one.
Right. Annabelle's
Uh,
about to be an auntie.
I don't, man.
whew. And
I'm scared for
you're
that show.
not gonna see the kid.
I don't know. It's so because I like love children so much. And
Right.
I love babies and stuff, but like, I don't know. Hearing from his girlfriend, it seems like he's pretty similar. And like, he stopped drinking. He's sober, which is awesome. But
Mhm.
like, he hasn't relearned all of that anger. No.
Like, so like he treats his girlfriend the same way as he treats you.
I mean, not as like bad, but yeah, he'll like call her simple, and like if they're having a
Where
fight.
did he
and,
like learn this behavior?
yeah, right. I mean,
It's
I really don't
so,
know.
like,
but it got
I mean,
so out of
it's
control.
so terrible, but it's kind of like interesting. We're like,
right.
where did this fucking come from?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yes.
let's go
Downer
through.
of an episode.
Okay, how is it? How do you think like it's different from like?
So how does your role within the family like change from when you're a kid to
Kid
now?
to an adult.
Like how do you fit when you're a kid versus how do you try to fit now? You know?
For me, it honestly like hasn't changed.
Mhm.
My
Has not
parents,
changed. That's really
my
interesting.
parents still look at me like a fucking child. Like, sorry, like,
Both?
oh yeah, they like think like I don't know certain things, or
Like what?
I right now the only thing I can think about is like investing. Like they're worried about my 401k and stuff, which
Oh
I
my God.
stopped.
I don't know. I don't do any of that shit.
Well, you're 24, so you
Yeah.
better start now.
Oh my god. Fuck me.
Marika's like,
Literally.
But I
I
like-
failed, so you'll succeed.
So like I can do this. I have a plan.
You walked
Um,
so I could run.
But like, so my parents decided to now, like a year, maybe like 9 months ago, to change their financial advisor to somebody else.
Mhm.
And they're saying you should get
And now they're saying like I should talk to this lady. And I'm like, it's fucking hard to do that because I worked like from like 9 o'clock to fucking 6:30 most days. Okay? And I have to go fucking drive to where this office is from Naperville. Okay? Like, it's just awful. I
And
don't
this is
fucking-
connected to your family
because they're treating me like a child and they like, hey, they like judge me for not doing it, and same way as they would if I was living with them. Okay, my mom like yells at me about it, and
How
I'm
long
like,
have you not lived with your parents?
like 3 years.
Okay.
And when I was living
I
with my
could see that.
parents, they treated me like a fucking child.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not a child. I am an adult, even though I live here for free. Okay. I mean, I clean up after myself in your house, so I don't know what more do you fucking want from me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because if once I move out, you won't speak to me for 2 or 3 months. So, yeah. Mhm. And that's not.
Do they
respect.
still want to be like super involved in your life? Like they're always
Of
trying to
course they
contact
do. I'll let them.
you?
Crazy.
Like I feel like your life, you're like, I have too many secrets, too many things they can't know.
Oh my god.
They don't know about my like lesbian like sexcapade, like
Oh yeah, I remember.
Or like the jaws.
the drugs. Yeah, they don't know about that. I will probably slip it out when I'm like,
Do you
yeah,
think-
I do cocaine. I don't really.
Do you think they suspect?
My dad probably does. My mom has no fucking idea. Maybe she does a little bit. Like she thinks I even smoke pot, but like I think my dad suspects.
Suspects.
Yeah, I can't say that word. But yeah. So no, my parents will look at me like a fucking child. And the way they explain
That
stuff to
sucks.
me too is like awful. Like I don't know, it's like dad talk or whatever, but my dad like asked me something like today, again about the investment thing. Like, hey, so could you do this like
Was
I'm
this
like,
on a text or on the phone?
no, this is in person.
Oh god.
I'm like, Dad, what is it?
Right.
What is it? Just
God.
ask me. And it's like,
Yeah.
and I told him like probably at least like 3 times in my whole entire life, like, Dad, just say it out loud.
Yeah,
just
right.
say it. And he's like, well, I know I get yelled at, but you're gonna get yelled at either way. Okay, you just
So you've trained your dad that you're gonna yell at him.
Clearly not, because he doesn't just blurt it out.
yeah. Well, like
He
if you,
tries
I'm
to
like,
save face.
yeah, like oh god, it's just bad. Like, yeah, and the relationship with my mom is not the greatest either. So yeah,
Mm. Cool. Moral of the story. Cool.
We're like speaking in this like triangle. Yeah, so my parents are divorced, so they treat me completely differently. When I was 3, my dad like told us, he was like, when you turn 18, you guys will be adults.
Yes.
And you'll move out and you won't live with us anymore. And
That
you'll be
was
your own
smart,
people. And we all cried.
Oh,
Because we were
my
3.
God.
I don't remember it. My mom tells me about it. Probably as a way to like slight him. But
Damn.
it totally makes sense. Like he does treat me like a completely independent adult with that level of respect.
oh my god,
Basically, which is amazing.
I
And I love it. He
Why do you
treats
love
me
it?
because he treats me like I'm an adult and I know what the hell I'm doing. And
or if not, like you'll make mistakes on your own.
we
To
like
figure it
he
out.
visits like sometimes. I go to the suburbs sometimes. We don't talk a ton on the phone, but like I feel like there's just like an understanding that like
You're just living your own life.
yeah, I'm just doing my own thing and like he's doing his
Interesting.
own thing. But my mom is like the opposite where she is like she wants to climb back to these like mythical, in my mind, good old days when we all like lived with her and she wants us to like live down the block from her and like go over to like she's like I wish we could just like have dinner every Sunday.
Why can't she get her
and
own friends?
She has
does.
her own friends now. That's why she moved to Door County because she knows how to make friends there.
Door County, okay.
But yeah, and I like she is always like she basically in my mind like draws so much of her happiness from seeing us and talking to us. She really relies on us as like a family to bolster her. And I'm like, Mom, like I love you, but like I'm busy and I'm doing a million things and
Right.
I think she wants
Like
to try
this
to she
podcast.
wants to try to fit us into this like family and I'm like I try to explain to her I'm like Mom like I love all of you guys but it's
Her
not
expectation.
it's not top of mind for me.
Right, exactly.
My top of mind is my job and this podcast and like grocery shopping.
Good. It better be.
You know?
Grocery shop.
And then sometimes she
God.
says she's like I'll have to like check her a little bit because she's like I really just want us to like be together as a whole family. And I'm like, Mom, that's impossible for me. And she's like,
Yeah.
why? And I'm like, because my family's divorced. She doesn't think about it that way. Her whole family is her,
and the
her
children.
husband,
Yes.
like me, Zachary, Nick, and whatever. I'm like, Graham, not her son, my dad's son. I'm
Yeah.
like, Graham is in England.
Right.
You're divorced and you guys won't be in the same room together or talk to each other.
Exactly.
I'm like, we will never be a whole family. I don't really want us to be, but I'm like, you have to understand that that's not the picture for me. She only sees it through her lens.
Yeah.
So
That's a
it's just
lack
like,
of empathy too. Oh.
yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. My dad is the same way where he's like, once you're 18. it's great.
Yeah.
But like for me, I feel like I still need a lot of like support from him as a parent.
Mm.
And
Especially with that brother.
yeah, exactly. So that's
Yeah.
a whole thing that I'm like, okay, fuck. Basically, he treats us more like a friend than like a parent. So it's very frustrating. It's kind of like definitely over the line because he'll tell me things about his girlfriend, just like gross things. I'm like, I don't want to hear about your sex life.
Right.
Go tell your best friend this.
Right.
This
Does he
is a
have
boundary
one?
that I'm trying
Are
to
you
establish.
it? Maybe you're the best friend.
Oh God. No, he has a best friend.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, since we talk a lot, yeah, we're like close, but I'm just like, I know you think I'm an adult and I'm like a cyber person, but I still need boundaries because
Yeah.
like, look, you the only
Boundaries.
one I got, you know what I'm saying?
Boundaries.
Yeah.
Like,
Do
yeah.
you have like a pseudo parent, like a second mom or dad or anybody like that in your life?
Well, one of my best friends, Claire, I like did gymnastics with her growing up and stuff. And I went to her house like days a week and her mom like made us dinner and stuff. And she opened this dance studio and I like studied or like I did dance there for like all these years and stuff. But definitely emotionally she is not as like open. So probably the only person really is my dad because like what kind of I don't know, like I always thought about this, like I feel like adults kind of like close their like difficult times off to you. And,
Yeah.
you
for
know?
Sure.
And it's like they've been through shit too. They were once our age, like struggling
Yeah.
with shit and
Right.
so
Sometimes my parents like forget that.
My
My dad used to
20
be a pot dealer, but he was
what?
yeah.
Holy shit. Wow.
Yeah.
I want to meet your dad.
Yeah, I'm like,
Can you
he's
sell
like,
me weed?
he's like a very generous, kind person,
Mhm.
but also like he'll get mad over the stupidest shit. Really fucking annoying and embarrassing. Because just to clarify, also I work for my dad.
Oh.
He owns a bar,
I see.
so
Is that what he's always done?
yeah, he's always been in that industry,
Okay.
Restaurants.
Okay,
and stuff like that.
Interesting.
So like, I've basically worked for my parents since I was like fucking 12. It was worse when I was working for them like all the time,
Mhm.
and I'm like, my opinion is valid and it matters, and I'm probably right. And like, why aren't you listening to me about this restaurant shit?
That's frustrating.
And yeah, oh god, it was so
because
frustrating.
they think they know more. And
Yeah,
they're
they're
like,
especially
Were
when
you
we
right?
Yeah, I was. Especially
so
when
funny,
I
it's
was
like,
like, like I remember this one time, like this is when we had the Thai restaurant, and we were very, very busy
delicious.
all of a sudden, and my dad came in later, and there was like everybody had got their food except for this one table, and they were regular customers, and I knew and they ordered before anybody else did.
Oh,
So
shit.
I was like, where the fuck is our food? And I knew it was coming. I'm like, Dad, just like go talk to them and distract them, or and he wasn't listening to me. I'm like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, no, I don't. I'm like, and like,
Why didn't
just-
you do it?
because I had to do other stuff.
Oh.
Because I didn't have time to talk to any of my tables really. Like he did. Like just go talk to them, because like they're looking around. They were like very understanding and nice, and they knew what was happening, and they knew what I was trying to do, and they weren't mad or anything. But I just wanted my dad to give that extra care, and he just did not fucking listen to me. And I wanted to quit that night so bad, and I didn't.
That's hard being like.
And I
parents,
didn't.
Parentals.
Yeah.
I
hate
didn't
this job.
because like the restaurant was basically failing, and we were very slow most of the time, so they would just have like me on the weekends, and like they would just do everything kind of. They had a cook in the kitchen, but like they would be serving like waiting tables and stuff.
Your mom would?
Wow.
Yeah, and my dad or whatever. And God, it was just so fucking awful. And I should have just like quit like so much sooner than I did. Or I'm really
Well,
quit.
like, yeah, with that, have you ever been able to get payback against your parents?
Payback.
Like how if you had
Yep.
quit, that would have been payback against
Oh,
how he wasn't
I've
listening to you.
gotten payback from my parents.
I don't think that's like
Oh, yeah.
appropriate.
It's
It is.
not, but
It's
it's confusing because
Because I feel like that's hurtful, you know?
but
of
they
course they've hurt you.
it is hurtful. Yes. Is it the most like mature or right thing? But like so there was a time in college because like with the divorce, like
Yeah, right.
just so many things get fucked up, and there's a lot of things that I'm still kind of mad at my mom about, and I'm annoyed with because she has a totally different view of the divorce than I do, and I think her view is fucking a fantasy, and it's not anything
Your
that actually
mom is the one
happened.
who filed, so I don't understand.
Wait. What is her fantasy view?
Her fantasy is that she didn't do anything wrong in the divorce, and my reality is that she did almost everything wrong, and my dad played it the right way.
Whoa.
But
Yeah.
the thing I'm more annoyed about is that my mom would just insult my father all the time, like even into college,
Wow.
like for years and years and years,
Yeah.
years. And I remember my dad
That's
was the
not okay.
opposite, where because my mom's a fucking gossip. My twin brother Zachary, fucking gossip. And I remember and he
Marika,
would,
fucking gossip.
yeah, and Zachary.
Me, I have a huge.
I might have done this.
Can't keep anything.
I might have done this too. Who knows? But like
might have done
Zachary
this.
would like tell my mom stuff that his dad said about her. That our dad said about her. He was
Never
like this
good.
like, and my
Never
dad had
good.
to sit us down. He was like, "Look, do not tell your mother anything about me. Do not tell her anything I say to you. Do not tell her anything. Like,
Boundaries.
and don't do the opposite. Do not tell me anything she's
Right,
about.
right.
Just don't."
Yeah.
He was like, and from like kind of that moment on, like my mom kind of didn't exist to him.
Wow.
But which I think was honestly the healthier way.
right.
Where
it
my
had to
mom,
be.
the other way was my mom was constantly putting down our dad, constantly telling us everything he was doing in court, the lawyer he
Oh my
hired,
God.
and stuff you don't want to know as a kid.
Right. Exactly.
Where she's trying to paint and like so
Yeah.
that I have a resentment against
She's like
her.
trying to get you on her side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was even I know it was even worse for my older brother.
Oh no.
Really?
Yeah. It was fucked up. So basically the payback, the only power I had to push against this was when I was in college. my mom was still, when I would be home from winter break, insulting my dad, my dad being like, his family has a history of mental problems. He's insane. I think he's still an alcoholic.
This is what she's saying?
Yeah, still.
I'm
What the
sorry. I'm sorry. Your dad. She's saying your dad's an alcoholic?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys. Nope.
Right, exactly.
I've never seen your dad have a beverage.
I'm not even
That's
convinced.
alcoholic.
I'm not even convinced that he ever was an alcoholic. Now, when I think about it now, I'm like, that might have just what my mom was saying even back then.
Wow.
I'm not
Maybe
even
just got drunk one day and
yeah,
then
maybe
like,
because my mom views 2 drinks as over the limit. So through my mom's crazy purity nun lens, lots of people were probably all alcoholics.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But she kept like, and I would be like, Mom, I don't want to. Just please don't talk to me about my dad. I told her over and over again. I was like, please don't, please don't, please
and
don't.
that's like such a
And finally, I was
so
like,
disrespectful to you
Yeah.
because that's what you are.
That's your
and I
fucking
explained that to
dad.
her over and over again, like peacefully explained that to her. And finally, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna move out and I'm gonna move in with Dad
Wow.
because I was like, you can't stop this
Holy
behavior.
shit.
So
What
I
age was
can't
this?
live with you anymore. Like 20,
Okay.
21. I was
Yeah.
like, I can't live with you anymore.
Uh-huh.
And she cried. And I was like happy at her fucking tears because I was like, yeah, like it fucking hurts, I'm sure.
Right.
Because you don't know what you're doing.
Well, what you're
But
saying
also
is
you're-
hurting me.
Yeah, exactly. So
she's not listening.
to me, that
you.
was like the only payback I like ever had. And like, I think it was last year where I got mad at her for some weird shit she was trying to pull. She was trying to get me to send my stepdad a Father's Day card, and I was like, "Fuck that!"
Oh, wow.
And I brought it up because I was like, "Remember when that happened?" Because I can always like dangle it and stab her again with it, which is
my
so
God.
awful. But like,
Oh my god.
when I'm mad, I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking bring it back.
I don't do
Wow.
that.
It's like the
Wow.
only thing I have.
So
Damn.
for me, my revenge that actually worked
Oh my god.
was when I was like fucking 19, 20, dating my college sweetheart or whatever. My parents did not like him because he got me pregnant. But it takes 2 to tango. I did not understand that. And in high school, I never had a curfew, like ever. Like
Wow.
I was a good kid. Like
yeah.
I would just fall asleep at my own Zachary's house watching Toonami. Like that's what I would do. Like
Toonami, oh my god.
yeah, that's what
Or
I would
Adult
do.
Swim.
Yes.
Right. You know, there was no need for a curfew or anything like that. So when I had this boyfriend that lived in Palatine, all of a sudden there's like a fucking curfew, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay.
So,
they're like, this girl's gonna have sex. We gotta stop it.
it was a very intense moment, and then like that whole summer my mom and I were fighting, and she's like, you don't appreciate anything I do, like, or anything we do. Yeah, you should go out in the world, live on your own, see what that's like, go live with him and your family, yada yada. Like, you know what? And then
She's like wishing ill will.
Marika did live with him and his family.
And
though.
yes,
Holy shit.
that's what I fucking did, because I told
Oh my
my
God.
boyfriend that. I told like my boyfriend at the time, that Hector, and like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. You should live with us. If you don't, well, I'll break up with you. Like that threatening thing, whatever.
Wait,
Yeah.
You're
it
like,
was
wait,
so-
everyone's wrong.
that's abusive.
I know.
Yeah. What the fuck?
But he didn't say it in an abusive way. He said it
No.
like it's abuse. It is abuse, but he said it in a much kinder way, like kinder tone.
Whack.
It's still whack. Blah
Still
blah
whack.
blah. Whatever. So my mom and I were just fighting constantly so much, and until like I can't take this anymore. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get. We were like on our way to dinner, and we were just like yelling at each other, and I'm just like, I'm not going in there.
That's
not
hard
going
because
in-
like that would be a point where you need to be supported, and of course, like
Yeah, and at
Turning
this point,
everything
I got an abortion.
yeah.
So, and
Who went with you?
my parents,
Oh.
Hector didn't do it, whatever.
Damn.
Anyways, so my parents went into the restaurant. I stay in the car crying. I call him. I'm like, you're gonna come pick me up. I'm moving in. And so I grabbed all my shit. So I move out, say goodbye to my dad, and I move out. And then my mom was calling me all summer long, begging me to come back, telling me like, you and Hector can live here.
She
blah,
was
blah,
saying,
blah.
move out, figure it out.
Yeah,
on your
figure out on your own. And like, I'm like, no.
So we both moved out in retaliation.
yeah.
own.
And I was just like, I don't regret that decision at all,
Nice.
because you're being a fucking bitch. You're being
Yeah.
so mean to me and judging my boyfriend for getting me
Yeah.
pregnant when it's 2 to tango. And of course, you know, when I have a kid, it might be different, but I don't think so, because when my daughter or son is going to date someone shitty, which
But
I'm
you're
sure they will.
You're an only child, right?
Yeah. when my son or daughter dates somebody shitty, I'm going to let them date that shitty person and like let them make their own mistakes and be supportive, unless obviously they're abusive, you know, in some kind of fashion.
What if you have a son and he gets the girl pregnant and he wants her to get an abortion and she's like, no?
Then that's her fucking choice, and I'll be and then he'll, you know, either he has a choice of being in that kid's life or not being in the kid's life.
So you'll be okay with like, that's a big thing to be okay with.
I know.
To be okay with your son dating a girl you hate and then he's a 19-year-old father.
Yeah, well, he's a fucking adult. Because again, like, if once my kid's like fucking 18, like, you're a fucking adult.
Your brain changes so much, like even your personality all through 20. I find that hard to believe that you're an adult at
18.
And yet,
well, how do you?
We were.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about family like obligations.
Oh.
As an adult, like, what are you obligated to do? What do people think you're obligated to do? Annabelle, you haven't talked in a while.
Well, this is definitely more complicated now because, yeah, of course, in holidays, you know, our family wants to be us all together. Then, like, I literally have a restraining order. And it's not like, 100 feet. It's just, like, no harassment, threats, and things. So, yeah, when we're, like, all together with family, it's hard because I'm like, okay, do you guys not see this harm that's been done to me? And then why do I have to be the one that's, like, ushered out?
Yeah.
Like, you know?
But
so that was definitely
you don't want to leave, though? If he's coming, like, you don't want to leave?
No, I will leave, yeah. Because I'm like, I don't want to deal with this, and I don't want to... Things escalate so quickly.
But you'd rather that like, you just stay and he's not invited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's unreasonable. To them it is, but...
Yeah.
I mean... Like, they probably maybe see it as unreasonable because, like, we shouldn't have to decide between the two type of thing.
Yeah.
But
then that makes me feel like...
perspective, like, he's a shitty person.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Like, why would you want to spend time with this person?
I know.
So...
Well, I think at some point, like, as an adult, I think people have to, like, yes, you have family obligations, but you get to decide what kind of relationship you have with your family, how much you're going to be there and how much you're not.
Yeah.
That was, like, huge for me because when you're the child of divorced parents, they schedule, like, I would go to my dad's every other weekend and every single Thursday, and then my mom would get me on Christmas, my mom would get me on Greek Easter, my dad would get me on Easter, and then they would do Thanksgiving. It was all extremely scheduled.
That's insane.
So then when I became an adult at 18, I was in college, I could finally be like, I'm going to go to dad's for Thanksgiving. I'm going to go to dad's for Christmas, or I'm going to do that. Like, I finally got to decide, and I was like, hell yes, finally.
Yeah.
It was just great. I don't know. It was extremely liberating when I finally had the power to be like, you know, I'm going to go to what I want to go to.
Successes.
Okay, we're doing successes. Annabelle has a success. Annabelle?
Yes. So, I mean, it's kind of success wrapped in a failure because I'm trying to do this tattoo for this girl for like 2 years. She asked me probably literally like 2 years ago to do this tattoo. And I'm just now finally like focusing on it. But I'm really hyped because it is looking good. And yes, that's my success.
I love an artistic success. You guys, Annabelle, I mean, like I said, she made our logo. She's a beautiful designer.
I need to redo it.
She can redo it if she wants to.
Okay.
Okay, so my success is that Annabelle sold me a lamp that like did not work in my new space.
I'm so glad.
I sold it on Craigslist.
Oh my god!
I liked it. I
like
liked the lamp.
Beautiful like arch.
Lamps. Yeah, I liked it.
It was huge though. It was huge. Personally,
it was a little too like big for what?
No,
and it like
I didn't think so.
How much did you sell it for?
$25.
What?
You sold it to me for $30.
Did I?
Yeah.
I bought it for like $100.
I think you would have sold it for $75.
Okay. Before you guys be like, I know better than Miles, I've had to put that thing in Craigslist 3 different times.
Why didn't you go on Facebook Marketplace?
Because I'm old school.
Oh my god, you get sold right away if you say first come, first serve.
Okay.
Instantly.
I had like vague interest the first 2 times, and then the ad expired. It expired the second time. I put it on a third time, rewrote it a little bit.
Ads expired.
On
That's
Craigslist
so
after like a week. And then I put it a third time, rewrote it, dropped it to 25, and then this French woman bought it.
Oh, French woman. Okay.
Do you speak in French?
I wasn't sure that she was French, but like she was like, I'm interested in the lamp, and
Oh
then here
my
was my
God.
boyfriend, and I was like, I
My
really think you're
boyfriend.
French right now, but I'm not gonna ask you about that.
Oh my god.
And then actually she gave me, she's like, I only have $30. She's like, I only have $30. Do you have change? And I was like, no. Wait, actually,
Ooh.
I have quarters. I was like, do you want $5 in quarters? She was like, wait.
Did you
So
say we?
no, she said yes. So I had fucking in front of them. It was like so funny to me. I was like, I have like a globe that's a bank, so I had to open the bottom
Yeah.
and
Oh
just
my
shake
God.
it, shake it, shake it. It was like until finally I got $5 with quarters out. I was like, here
That's
you go.
insane.
But then I bought this lamp that looks so much better. Annabelle, just trust me.
Oh my god. I need to see your place. Did you paint that one wall pink?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful.
Annabelle, it's gorgeous. I can't stop looking at it
Oh
when
my
I'm there.
god. Okay,
I
when
mean-
your electricity comes back on, invite
Oh
me
yeah, you guys,
over.
my power's off right now. That's why we're recording here. It's
So
not.
personally, that wasn't the fail.
It's not back on until Monday. It's not the fail because I just got free electricity for 2.5 months,
Scammed.
and then they finally shut it off. But I bought
But
a
the one
lamp.
girl in your building got
So basically,
yeah.
you were stealing electricity. Is that really success?
I think it's an oversight for them. It's
I
an
think I
oversight.
accidentally stole 4 months of gas.
I'm still stealing.
According to
Oh, I'm still
People's
stealing gas. I'm still stealing
Oh
gas.
God, Miles, what?
But the pilot doesn't work because I don't have electricity.
Oh my god.
Oh my God. My success is, I guess, like saving money. Actually,
There you go.
Yeah.
yeah, I've saved.
Your money in your savings account.
I have money in savings account, like
Wow,
$800.
Wow.
Wow.
So it was not that before.
Was
There you
it
go.
hard or easy to get there?
It was actually pretty easy. I was just like, I just need to be more conscious of like what, like, of actually like thinking like, oh, like money's like no object. Starbucks, eating out.
Oh my god. Wait, pause. You said you drink cold brew, right?
I do.
I literally bought a cold brew maker, but you can make yourself.
I know I can make it myself,
Make it yourself
but
and
do
say
I?
In like a cute little
No. I don't.
Oh, cute. Get yourself like a
You could make it in like a
striped straw.
glittery
I know,
Sailor
I
Moon
know.
cup.
I don't even like. I like have a hard time cooking for myself sometimes. Okay, besides pasta. All right, like guys, like making just little steps. All right,
Yeah,
saving
making
money.
food
Yes.
sucks.
Yeah.
Well, on that note.
Okay,
Okay, so you can email us at idkpod@gmail.com. And you can email us questions, but you can also email us, like, if you have, like, taken our shitty advice and, like, used it and something happened, like, you can tell us that.
Mhm.
You can, like, just comment on the show. Like, sometimes when people email us questions, they also, like, just talk about, like, how they like it or what they want to see or anything like that. We, like, love your attention. We want fucking attention.
I'm an attention whore.
Come be a guest.
Yeah,
and
or if
then,
you like us,
you
like,
know,
just reach out.
We have an Instagram, IDK What I'm Doing Pod. It's a bunch of fucking memes.
Yes.
So like that shit.
It's basically a meme account, and then we do, like, stories on it of, like, mostly Rika, but sometimes me.
Yeah, I'm really ready to
I
start. I
hadn't
need to do
noticed
more
that.
stories, and I also need to post more. But it's basically a lot of memes about being adulting as failing as
But
an
we
adult.
also, like, tell you when the new episode's out.
Mhm.
And failures, we gotta go because this
Definitely.
is like the longest episode
Miles
we've ever
has to edit this
recorded.
shit.
I
So
like am so
sorry.
with
scared.
no electricity.
I'm so scared.
This might come out on Thursday. Bye, failures.
Bye.
And even if they could pin those murders on me, I would just frame my twin.